I won't take up too much time, right?
All right.
Today is a good day.
Great day.
Hey, man, for the city of Atlanta, for us Falcon fans.
Yes.
And, hey, man, for NFL fans, period, just sports fans, right?
I know it's great for you.
Hey, man, of course, man. You already know because, like, when we first started this show, I had, like, 3 people I named at first, like, who I would love to have on the show.
Yes.
You know, we have both take, who would you love to have on the show? I said, who would I love to have on the show? And today we having number 2 off my list. You know what I'm saying? I had 3 people. We already had one of the people. And we're having a second person off my list on the show.
And not only that, man, like he's one of your favorite all-time Falcon receivers that's ever played for the Falcons.
My favorite.
Yes.
My favorite, man. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not going to keep y'all waiting too much longer. If you've been listening to the show, you should already know his name. But if you don't, I will introduce y'all. I'm talking about to one of the great Falcons of all time, one of the great NFL receivers of all time, in the Ring of Honor, one of our favorites. Like, I also think, like, some of the shit talking left when he left. You know what I'm saying? Because we need that. You know what I mean?
We need that for sure.
Man, to everybody, man, y'all please give it up wherever you watching right now for none other than the great Roddy White, man. Y'all give it up, man.
Forward in the building.
I appreciate y'all having me on today, man.
Yeah, man. I hope that intro did you some justice, man.
Yeah, I loved it, man. Way to
like you still
put me
play,
on the
man.
pedestal. Nah, a little bit. I got 1/3 down in me. 1/3 and 3.
1/3 down in you.
1/3 and 3.
Okay, 3rd and 3. I was going to ask you
Anything
about how long? 3rd and 10? Or
No, I ain't running that far. 3rd and 3.
You know,
What route?
I need an option.
Okay.
I won't go inside, outside. Stop.
Hey,
I
know where to make
I
it.
need all that.
Yeah, Richard Sherman said something to him. I think he'll get out there and burn him again.
Well, if he put his cleats on, we all he put his cleats on.
For sure.
My cleats always in the car, though. I'm always ready.
Oh, man,
I'm
you coaching now, right?
Yeah, I coach out there in Peachtree Ridge High School.
Man, how is that for you coaching with the kids? Like, do you put your cleats on with the kids out there?
Sometimes I have to. Like, when I'm demonstrating and I want things to be done a certain way, you know, that I don't see them recognizing or they not getting, then I put my shoes on. And then I go out there and demonstrate what I want. And then they get it. So it's good. I mean, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but, you know, it's kids. You know,
Yeah.
I enjoy being around them. I really kind of started that with the Boys and Girls Club of Atlanta, just going around and hanging out with them. And then I wanted to coach a little bit, but I didn't know, you know, what I really wanted to do. So one of my friends was like, hey, man, you should coach high school. So I signed up to be a volunteer coach. And then I ended up falling in love with it. And then 7 years later, I'm still out there, you know, working with the kids. So, and I mean, it's fun, man. And then to get my competitive edge, and it's nothing like Friday Night Lights, you know, because it's so passionate. The high school kids, they want to, like, they trying to get to the next level. And they taking this with so much passion. And they just love the game. You know, there ain't no politics in it. And they just going out there to play football. So.
Yeah, y'all got a game tonight?
No. We on the bye week. Actually, we had a game Wednesday. We had to do a makeup game. So since it's fall break and ain't no football, so we had to do a makeup game. So we actually played on Wednesday and we won. So it was good.
Man, it takes a lot to be a coach. It speaks to like just you and the way you possibly care about people because like to coaching is serious, right? Coaching goes into you see players. Coaches see players see coaches years later, right? And that relationship is still there.
Oh, yeah.
They still address them as coach. They still have that same level of respect. Is that part of what kept you in it once you got in it?
Yeah, I mean, so many coaches had so much to do with my career from high school all the way to the league. So, and I'm still in touch with them coaches. I call them all the time, even to get advice for the kids that I'm handling now in high school. And they play such an intricate part of my career and my development, even as a man. You know what I'm saying? And things that they, you know, helped me with, you know, to become a man and things that created structure for me in my life and stuff like that. I didn't get that from, you know, my daddy wasn't always around, so they were the people that was infiltrating that structure into my life and just getting me prepared for the real world, you know, and I see myself doing that for a lot of the kids because some of their fathers ain't around. And then I can step in and kind of help them navigate through that part and just help them my thing is all about getting these kids into college and giving them an opportunity to get educated so they can go out into the world and be great because you never know what can happen. You know what I'm saying? I told them all the time. I was like, man, I met the richest people in the world because of the NFL, because of football, and none of them ever play any type of sport. They don't even. A lot of them don't even watch sports. But you know, there's other ways to navigate and get to this thing, but you have to get educated and go to college to make sure you get that degree so that you can space off in the world and do what you do.
Man, be rich. He brought up coaches. I already know something. Since we talking about coaches, I already know a story that we heard
man, yes.
that I know you would love to ask him about now.
Yeah. Hey, so we got a chance to interview Coach Robiskie, man. He's a wide receiver coach and
Hall of Fame,
Coach
Robiskie. Yeah.
And he told us a story about he was his first year with you.
Oh yeah,
he was on you.
Oh yeah, he was on me.
And the people that worked there, the equipment guys, they snitched on you and told him that you wanted to whip his ass.
I did.
And so
couple times.
He told a story that he actually drove to your house.
Yeah.
And he said your mom was there.
Yeah.
Your grandmama was there.
Yeah.
And your great grandmama was there.
That's facts.
And he said to meet you in the garage. Tell us about that.
Yes, please.
Oh
tell
yeah,
us your
yeah.
side.
Oh man, so we had a practice or whatever, and I think it was after New Year's. It was like New Year's night, so I went out the night before.
Yeah.
And I had told him, it was like we was going to the weekend. It was a Friday practice. I was like, yo man, it's New Year's. I ain't running no routes or nothing. Like I'm coming to practice, but I ain't gonna be able to practice, right? So he was like, hey man, I don't care nothing about no New Year's. You better bring your ass in here ready to play. Right? Mm-hmm. We got a big game this week. I'm like, yo, I'll be ready for the game, but I'm going out tonight. So I'm telling him this, right? So we get to practice, right? And I probably got home probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So I'm tired. Yeah. The next day, we got to wake up at 7. So we got to be inside the building. So I'm working off 2 hours of sleep. And it's a fast practice because we call it Fast Fridays. So we ain't up there for about an hour. But I ain't want to do nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I told him that the day before. So he comes in there, and I'm getting there. He was like, and I would look at the script. You know, we got the script, and we got plays, and we got our numbers by which plays he want us to run for that Friday. So I'm over there, and I look at the plays. I'm like, yo. And I look at him. I'm like, yo, man, you got me on way too many plays. I ain't running today. I told you that. He was like, listen, man, just get your ass ready to practice. I don't want to hear all this other shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we get out there, and me and him were beefing back and forth. The period start. I'm on the sideline. He yelling at me, go in. I'm like, nah, I ain't going in. I said, get somebody else running. So somebody else run the next play. And then the next play, I was like, all right, I'll go in for one play. So I go in there for the ref, and I'm jogging, to be quite honest. So I really, really messed up the practice because Matt was like trying to get our timing down and everything. And I'm just blowing it off because I went out the night before, right? Yeah. So I get home, right, and Terry yelling at me the whole practice, like embarrassing me in front of all the players and shit. He was like, you selfish motherfucker, you went out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, man. Like, and then half the other people that was out there was with me when we went out, too, you know what I'm saying? But the emphasis was on me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was the leader, so I had to do what I had to do. So then, right, I get out of the field, I'm like, man, I'm finna go in this man's office, I'm finna whoop him. Like, I was really, like, on that, like, I'm finna go beat him up, right? So it was like, nah, man, you just need to go home. So he called me. He was like, listen, I'm watching this film. It's terrible. You terrible. I said, man, you know where I stay at, man. If you want to see me, just come on over here. I said, so we don't get in trouble by none of these white folks. So he was like, all right, I'm coming. So I laying down, I'm asleep, I'm getting a nap. My mama texted me. She come in the room. She's like, hey, your coach here. I said, where he at? He was like, he in the garage. I said, all right, bet. So I put on my shoes, right? I'm ready to go, right? So I put on my shoes and I get to the door. And my girl was like, what you about to do? So she come to the door. She was like, she looked out. She said, what you want with my grandson? And he looked at her, he was like, he said he want to fight me. So she turned around and looked at me and I was like, yeah, Grand, I'm finna whoop him right now. She was like, you ain't finna fight this old man. She was like, you not finna fight this old man. And he over there was like, no, I'm finna beat him up. So now, my grandma was like, so what's the problem? Like, I can't be aggressive or nothing with him because she's standing right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we ain't got no problem. The problem is this man that came to my house without permission. I'm finna whip him. So my grandmother was like, ain't he your coach? I was like, yeah. And she was like, hey, y'all need to come in here. Let me talk to you. Yeah. So he started like talking to my grandmama, my great-grandmama and all this. And now they laughing and giggling, right? And I'm just watching the conversation. I'm like,
you still read this?
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't no fanfare. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So after that, they didn't laugh and giggle. They was like, now he didn't got to my grandma. My grandma was like, well, if you having any problems with Roddy, just let us know. We'll handle it. I was like, what?
So you were ready to put hands on him?
I was ready to put hands on him. I ain't lying to you. I was ready to put hands on him. I was gonna whoop him out there too. And then my grandma talked to them. They talked. Now they were best friends. Now every week he talking to them. They having this powwow every week. You know what I'm saying? And then one week he like, I'm still gonna beat your grandson. And my grandma like, no. Now one thing you not gonna do, you ain't gonna touch him. Now if you touch him, I'm gonna give him permission to whoop you at that point. Yeah. But yeah, she was. But that was some good times, you know. And Terry got real, you know, close with me and my family, and I mean, we went to Pro Bowls and everything together, man. And it was just a special moment.
Well, I believe, you know, I don't want to take the interview and do somewhere else, but from your wrestling background, I think you would have got Coach, man.
Oh no, that would have been easy work. Man,
you were gonna do Coach Robiskie like
I wasn't gonna do him wrong, but I was just gonna show him like yeah.
It'd be funny just watching Coach and Roddy got him in the figure four.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do him wrong.
I told you my office hours
9 to 5.
Exactly.
Hey man, look. Like I said, the relationship between a coach and a player is special. And it's dope that even in that crazy moment, y'all were able to build something special because he talked glowingly about you.
Yeah.
That's
he
my
talked
guy,
about
man.
you like a father would talk about a son. Like I talk about my boys, I talk about my nephews. Like he spoke very highly.
And the fact that he's been in so much part of history, like with Bo Jackson and all of that, like the conversation when he talked about you, he was just as animated as talking about them. So that shows the love that he has for you, man.
Well, I think like when you coaching people, you go through tenures. Like when he was young, he had a lot of those players, but he also had a lot of responsibility, you know, being with the Raiders and how they conducted business and how Al Davis was. Is like they only had to show. Half of them boys wasn't even going to practice. You know what I'm saying? So he was in that area where he had to go get people out of people's house and do it and get them to practice, you know what I'm saying, and pick them up from parties and get them to the game and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, that was part of the job.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, man.
Like, he was making sure some of the best players in the world was at the stadium for the game.
Wow.
You know, because they was out doing whatever the night before, but you know, that was football back then in the 80s and 70s and stuff like that. So he had a bunch of responsibility at such a young age and getting these guys ready to play just to get them to the games. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as he gradually gets older, you know, you get a great appreciation for the game and the players that you coach. And there's so much resemblance between us and them, you know what I'm saying, coming from where we come from, coming from where they come from, everybody just trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? That you get to see the stories and see how our kids are brought up. You know what I'm saying? You know, seeing me taking care of 3 generations of people and just having my family around me at all times, you get a great appreciation for that because you get an understanding of the kid. You know what I'm saying? And how he is and what's his, you know, principles and things he stands on. So it was stuff like that he got to see in me. He was like, oh, like, you really a good dude and you special. And that's how our relationship just continued to grow and grow. So
Man, that's, tell you, man, coaching players, man. Sure. Just speaking about just being proud of having football and we're talking about family and mixing the two together. How was it for you to have a son going to the same college?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was good. I mean, anytime you have an opportunity to, like, even coach your son, like I coached my son before he went to college and stuff like that, it's like so many proud moments that you're able to gather from those things, even though it's like we butt heads and, you know, we go back and forth with each other about certain things or what I see or what he sees, you know, when he out there on the field. You still a parent at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes it'd be hard for me to cut it off, like when he get to the house, you know, because I want him to be the best, you know what I'm saying? And it's like being his father is like, this is what I need from you, but at the same time, I'm like, the love and appreciation still got to be shown too. So it was great, man, just to have that opportunity to even coach him and to see him go out there and make plays, and then to see him get an opportunity to play at the next level, and now, you know, enjoy his journey and doing his thing, man. It was a major accomplishment for him, and I was just proud of him, you know, just a proud daddy. Just, you know, it was times where he was making plays in games, and, you know, I just hugging him and just about to be in tears and stuff like that because, you know, it was like, especially when it was coming to an end, you get in the playoffs and you don't know whether you're going to win or lose, and this could be his last game. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just to have that opportunity to just share the moments with him, man, it was great, man. It was great.
Man, like, I remember we went to one of my nephew's high school games, and we had a guy we used to hang out with. His name was E. And he played, you know, high school, and he played college ball. You remember E. And I remember going to my nephew's game, and we got out the car, and E heard the crowd from the high school game, and he stopped. And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, I just remember like how when it was coming to an end for me.
Oh yeah.
He said, coming here, he said, this makes me remember those last nights that as a player, you know. So to hear you say that, I can understand as a father how you were sitting back, you know, you wanted to see him continue, and you wondered how the journey's gonna go.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then just knowing, I was just like, he don't know, but he thinking like his high school career over. Some people don't even get an opportunity to play college ball. You know what I'm saying? He's getting an opportunity to do that. And I'm like, dude, you still got a lot left, you know, to go. Some of these kids, like, this is it for them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just tell them always just be in the moment, live in the moment, and have fun, because you never know. You never know when it's going to be the end of it.
Man, what was your journey like at UAB? Like, was anybody else looking for Roddy White?
Man, my journey to even get to UAB was was hectic.
Man, let us know.
That's why I say like coaches and their relationships with other coaches and just coaching players. Like my high school coach, how I got to UAB is my high school coach was actually, he knew Coach Vanderhaden, that was the offensive line coach at UAB, because he coached him at Clemson. So that's how that relationship formed, and he sent them my tape, and then they offered me a scholarship to come in.
Okay.
So without them having that relationship of coach-player, like he can't even get on that phone call to even make that call for me to even be there. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like another coach-player relationship that I benefited from. You know what I'm saying? So when I got to UAB, like my mom dropped me off and was like, had my bag and everything. It was like, here, you gone and don't come back home. So I was like, what you mean don't come back home? Like I can't come back home. Like she was like, yo, you can come back to visit.
Yeah.
But
don't quit.
You ain't staying here no more. You know, like, and that kind of motivated me. And another aspect is like, okay, I know exactly what she's saying, even though I'm 18 years old. Yeah. Like she's saying like, you have to go get it. Like it's your time. Like I've done my job to get you to this point, and now it's on you to like finish the job. So
was that a scary moment for you?
No. I just embraced it.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I had seen my mama work hard. So like she been working hard, working 2 jobs her whole life just to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, now she putting it back on me. Like I gave you everything I had. So it wasn't nothing I wasn't willing to do on the football field to make it. Like nothing.
So speaking of football, like, were you wrestling in high school?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you went to wrestle at UAB as well?
No.
Okay.
To be quite honest, I was a better wrestler than a football player.
Okay.
To be quite honest.
Did you have scholarships for wrestling at other
schools? I did. I just didn't see a future in me wrestling to take care of my family.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, do I want to go to school to wrestle or do I want to play football? And the more I got picked up, more scholarship offers I got, I was like, nah, I'm going to go play football. But wrestling for me was family tradition. Like everybody in my family that's a male wrestler. All of them has won a state title in high school.
Oh wow!
Man.
Every last one of them.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like if you went to our cookout in like the '90s, it's like a mat out there. I ain't lying to you.
So y'all,
I believe it.
It's
y'all
a mat
eat
out
chicken
there.
wing, putting each other in the chicken wing.
and literally it's like Royal Rumble like winner. And my uncle who won state 3 times and went in the military, and he was like the dude.
Yeah.
And he was whooping everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he had that type of background, and he wrestled in the military and stuff like that. So he was legit. And
Yeah.
then my cousins and others, everybody won state titles. You had to win at least one.
Wow.
You know, a lot of them, I won 2. A couple of my cousins won 2. He was the only person that won actually 3.
Yeah.
And should have won 4. But you know, it just was family tradition. So it's like King of the Mountain. Like everybody just wrestling, and whoever win, that's who the guy.
So if somebody show up uninvited to the cookout, they done fucked up.
Nah, if you get on that mat,
Oh, you get on that mat, it's over.
yeah. Don't go out there talking about I'm experimenting with these people because it's gonna be bad for you.
So look, let me ask you
gonna be
this.
bad for you.
Let me ask you this. For the females of the family, what was it like for the guys who wanted to try to date them? That had to be scary.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was a lot of running people out the yard.
I bet.
I kind of felt bad for a couple guys because they wasn't like that. You know, it's like they were good dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, man, it wasn't good.
The wife
it wasn't
was
good.
playing. What?
Nah, because they gonna feel you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From a protection standpoint,
They want to make sure.
sure
Yeah.
that, you know, my cousins was in good hands or their sisters was in good hands, so they trying you.
Yeah.
But, you know, a couple of guys that was on the wrestling team did date a couple of our nieces and stuff like that, so we gave them a pass because we already know they character.
Yeah.
You know, you built like us, so you good.
Say somebody in IT that don't wrestle, y'all ain't having
Yeah,
that.
they grabbing him. They grabbing him. He getting grabbed.
Hey, so I was looking at your stats in the first 3 years at UAB. You know, they were cool. You had like one with 7 touchdowns. In your senior year, you just had 14 touchdowns and 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards, and just really excel. Like, what happened? Like, was it a different quarterback change, or like what happened?
Nah, my junior year, our quarterback got hurt midway through the season, so I ain't have him, and then he started like off and on my sophomore year. So my progression was kind of like, my first year there, we had like a little option quarterback, stuff like that. So we weren't really throwing the ball like that. So my sophomore year, the quarterback that actually came in the same class for me, he went to Douglas High School
Okay.
in Atlanta.
Yeah, what's his name?
Daryl Hackney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't say I know his name right, but you gotta look him up.
Yeah, he was all state, all that. Yeah, he was nice.
Holla at us, Darryl.
So he went in, he came in with me. So his sophomore year, he played like off and on with another guy and stuff like that. So I really wasn't into the mix. So my junior year, when I really started getting into the mix, about 6 games in, probably like 5 games in, he broke his thumb. So that was the end of my season, really, because we was just playing with backup quarterbacks, and they weren't. I ain't gonna say they were bad, but they were. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And we get it. We get it.
Good, you know what I'm saying?
They
So it's
suck.
like, so it was like I had 800 yards, and my catch was like 25 yards per reception and stuff like that, but I ain't catch with like 30 passes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I really like, because my mama and my family were struggling, I really like put my name in as like, all right, let me find out what my draft grade would be if I came out in my junior year. And it was like 6th, 7th round, maybe a free agent. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna come back to school.
Yeah.
Because I ain't want to just go out there and not get invited to the combine or something like that happen, and then I don't get the opportunity I got. But my senior year, I worked my butt off that whole year. Like during the summer, I was just doing so much extra, and everybody was like, "Man, Roddy killing himself. Like he might be drained out." And I was like, "Bro, I don't got no choice. Like I can't go back home. Like I gotta make this work."
Yeah.
And then our quarterback stayed healthy, and the rest was history. I just like every week I was just going off. And then it was like, it's crazy because agents was coming to UAB after like week 3. Like I was meeting with dudes, sitting down.
Like,
We played Florida State that year.
how did you do in that game?
That's why B-Mac already knew about Roddy. Remember when B-Mac brought him up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we played Florida State that year, and I caught like 3 passes the game. I didn't do that well, but then we gave up like 9 sacks. We couldn't block them.
Yeah.
They had like 3 first-round picks on the D-line or whatever. And I was pissed that game because I was going against them and I was winning.
He was winning.
I was winning. I knew I was like, I'm winning, but I just can't get the ball. You know what I'm saying? I say, so I know when they watch the tape, I'm going to be all right.
So we had B-Mac on, and he was talking about the draft positions. And he's like, he thought you was gonna go higher than what you did.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna go higher too, cause like.
So he had a right. So you was killing. You must.
He called you a dog. He spoke.
Oh yeah. Oh no, cause when we went, I'm gonna tell you what really happened. We went to the Senior Bowl, right? And at the Senior Bowl, B. Matt was there. Carlos Rogers was there.
Okay.
Travis Daniels was there. All these cornerbacks from the SEC and everything. Bro, I was killing that week.
Yeah.
I was killing that week. Like getting off.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, you going back to the nose, well, Roddy White's having a good day after day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting hurt. I ended up hurting my hamstring down there. And it didn't really matter because I wasn't going to play in the game anyway.
Yeah.
Nobody really plays in the game. But I hurt my hamstring. And they was like, yo, you going to be a first-round draft pick.
Wow.
At that point. You know what I mean? I went to the combine or whatever, did my pro day or whatever. And it was kind of like a 3 or 4 man like race. Like they didn't know it was me, Braylon Edwards, Mike Williams that went to USC.
Everybody thought Mike Williams was going to be that guy.
Yeah, Troy Williamson for South Carolina. But he came in kind of like on the back end, and they was like he didn't have a quarterback either. That's why his statistics wasn't crazy. So, on draft day, I was like, man, I don't care as long as I get picked in the first round. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the draft spots. You looking at what people getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
Yeah, as long as I can be
We going to be straight. I'm like, me, my family, we going to be straight. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy part about it is that I knew where I was going to get drafted. I knew I was going to get drafted.
So that's what I want to say. So I like hearing stories, before the draft of the teams that came. What were the teams that said they were going to draft you? You said you knew about the Falcons. Were any other teams that said, we're going to get you, and they didn't?
No, matter of fact, you go on visits. Like, I went down to Miami, and they had the 5th pick. And I was in the room, and they was like, we want to draft you. We like you, but we don't think that you a top 5 pick.
Ooh, they said that?
Yeah.
How made you feel?
No, I was like, what? And they was like, we don't think you like a top 5 pick. Like that's like a Hall of Fame caliber player to come in day one, start, be productive. And I was like, shit, I think I'm that. I don't know what y'all looking at, but I think I'm that. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, yeah, but we don't got you rated like that high.
Yeah,
He was like, but if we trade back in the teens, if we get rid of our pick, then we see you in that area. So I was like, okay. And I was like, but me, I was there, Ronnie Brown was there, like a lot of the people, Cedric Benson was there.
Good players.
So it was all good players that got drafted, in the first round that was there.
That was a good
draft. Yeah, so that was the guys that I was competing against. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I wrote that down. I came to Atlanta. I sat down with them, and they was like, we love you. We want you. like really, we gonna draft you. So that was that, and they would come back like every week to UAB. They come see me. Coach Stu would come down there. Yeah, they would come down there like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. They're like, all right, we coming down there. I was like,
who's that? That was Jim Moore?
Yeah, Jim Moore.
Okay.
And then they would put me on the board. We'll go over route concepts and all that stuff. And then I went to Chicago. And me, Cedric Benson was there again. Braylon Edwards was there, and we was going through the notes. And they told me the same thing Miami was talking about. They was like, we don't think we should draft you in the top 10. We don't think that you that type of player, but we know you're going to get drafted in the first round. So I'm just calibrating all this in my mind like, all right, they don't believe in me. They don't believe in me. And then Dallas, I thought I was going to be a Cowboy. And they was calling my agent. They was calling everybody like, hey, man, we like Roddy. Like, talking to me like. And I was like, that'd be great if I go to Dallas. I was like, yo, that'd be the spot. But I always knew in my mind.
Just come to Atlanta.
Like, Atlanta, like, out of everybody, they wanted me. Like, they was flat out like, we want you. You know what I'm saying? So that was my experience. And then when we got to draft day, like draft day is funny because I got calls from Dallas, and they ended up picking the D line, and they ended up picking Marcus Spears, and then I got mad at Baltimore because they picked Mark Clayton before they picked me. And Ozzy, I was like, because I sat down.
For us. Lucky for us, Falcons.
Was that the year we was at the 20 Grand East? Watching
yes.
Okay, I remember that.
Because I sat down with Ozzy, and we was in a meeting with all the Baltimore staff, and they was like, "What do you think about?" Like, they was talking about cornerbacks. It was like, "What you think about McFadden?" I was like, "He all right." It was like, so if you play the game, I was like, oh, no doubt. I said, if he had to play me one-on-one for a whole game, it's over with. Like, and it was like, so what do you think about Carlos Rogers? I was like, he's a good player. It was like, so if you play the game, yeah, it's over with too. Like,
you're going through me. Like, it don't matter. Line them up,
it don't matter who it is. Yeah. Like, not in this draft. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like, and I was just like, why you feel so confident? And I'm like, because I had practiced against them for that week or whatever. And I'm like, if I really like get into a game with them, and it's like one-on-one, y'all saying like one-on-one, me mano-a-mano, like I'm picking me every time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Why wouldn't you?
So, you know, that was my thing. He was like, you just so confident in your ability. And I was like, yeah. But then when I got to Atlanta, it was like, when I got drafted, they called me. They was like, all right, we about to draft you, just hold on. And then they hung up the phone, and I was like, what?
He was like, not them two.
What?
Not them
so
two.
So they hung up the phone, and then Jim called me back. He was like, yeah, we had to get Arthur on the phone. So Arthur got on the phone. He was like, hey, man, congratulations. We about to pick you. And then I was like, all right. And they was like, hey, just be ready. We're going to come pick you up tomorrow. And I was like, all right, cool. So boom, I hung up the phone.
Where were you?
I was in Charleston, South Carolina. I was at my mom. Okay. We had like a barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the whole family was out there.
Some wrestling going on too?
No, not that day. I told everybody, no. This was a real barbecue. You know, we had the trash cans out there with the bed and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the next barbecue, you gotta invite us, man.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm not wrestling though.
Nah, we can't put you.
Yeah, I'm way too fat. I get hurt. I'm way too fat. Now, I did want to ask you, brought up that draft day. You get drafted, you accomplish your dream. 18-year-old rider that got dropped off and knew he had to make this happen for himself and for his family, accomplish his dream. But not only that, you come into Atlanta to play with Michael Vick, who was at that time looked at as the most exciting player in the league, and coming off an NFC Championship game. Like, just what were all the thoughts going through your mind? Were you thinking about that as well?
Yeah, I knew I was going to a good team. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to a good team. I'm going to play with Mike. Mike ended up calling me too, saying after the same day after I got drafted, he was like, hey, yo, Rod, what's happening? And I was like, what's happening? He was like, man, hey, I'm happy we got you, man. You're going to be special. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you know, I'm talking to Mike on the phone, boom, boom, boom. I get to the facility, boom, I meet everybody, right? I see Mike, and it's like, Mike got like 2 lockers. Like, he got, he got like 2 lockers. So, you know, you walking in, you see all the nameplates and everything. Yeah. And you see Mike, you like it's so real at that point because you in there, you in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Feel like you belong?
Yeah, I felt like I belong, you know what I'm saying? But you don't really know until you actually get out there on the field with these dudes and you actually like start interacting with them. So it was kind of like you get there and then we have our first mini camp and we start working out and you see they had like a board. This is how crazy it is. They had like a board with numbers by position of like weight room stuff. And you see Mike's name up there, like the top of everything, like running, sprinting, like even the wideouts. I'm like, yo, this nigga's cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking at it like, and then he come out and it's like, it's just different. That was my very first time like experience like a superstar. Like no matter where he went, what we did, like even when he would invite me places, it was like crazy.
Man, it was like when we were talking to Dukes. Carl Dukes, he was saying when he saw Michael Jordan, he said him and I said he even had the Jordans on. Did you say that when he had the big song and all that? Like,
yeah, it was crazy. It was like Man, like people tell hotel stories about like people being in the lobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like that. Mike, it was like that. It was like he had to have security with him at all times.
Yeah.
So it was like that was my very first time like going through the back. Hey, Rod, come through the back door because these people tripping. And I'm walking. I'm like, man, there's 1,000 people out here. Like, what's going on? Like, how they know you even here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my very first experience of like being with a superstar, like understanding like how popular he was and stuff like that. It was crazy.
So that was the day you met Ron Mexico.
Yeah. I ain't never met Ron Mexico. I don't even know who that is.
Nah, they used to just say his name.
I knew you were gonna ask that, man. Like, what do you remember? I'm sure you do. So this is a question that I know you do. Hey, can you tell us about your first touchdown catch from Vic?
Oh, Mike threw it to me. It was a goal on a.
Who y'all was playing?
I think we was playing.
Man, set this up. We're gonna clip this up. So tell me what you can remember about that play.
Well, I remember. I think we was playing. Yeah, we was playing Green Bay, and we was in the huddle, and he was literally because I used to be like subbed in just to do deep routes and deep balls and stuff like that, and because I wasn't starting that year, my rookie year, and every time I go in, Mike would be like, "Hey," he'd call the player. He'd be like, "Hey, Rod, I'm coming to you." So I'm knowing that the ball is coming. You know what I'm saying? So. That's how I caught my first pass. So in Green Bay, he was like, "Hey, Rod, we break the huddle." He's like, "Hey, 8-4, I'm coming to you." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I win, boom, boom, boom. I get on top of my guy, and I look up in the ball right there, and I just snatched it off the top of his head. And that was my first touchdown.
Were you in the end zone or did you?
Oh, no, I was already in the end zone. It was like a 35-yard fade route.
Yeah. That's great. That's good. You remember who he was over?
No, I don't.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. But that was my first. That was.
What was going on through your head?
Probably my first cheer.
Like, did you keep the ball?
Yeah. That going home with me. Man, I got like 100 balls at my house, like game balls and touchdown balls and stuff like that. So. Man, I kept them all.
Speaking of first time, like, did you see when Caleb Williams threw the touchdown to what's the receiver? The receiver and Duze, Washington. It was both. I think it was both their like first like touchdown.
And they were fighting
they
over
went
the
to
ball?
each other and they fighting over who gonna get the actual ball because it's the first touchdown thrown. It's the first touchdown catch. They both rookies.
You gotta cut it.
Like man, you gotta go look at that up, man.
Yeah,
that's too funny,
that's crazy.
man. So you playing with Vic, you in the Michael Vick experience, man. I know you said it was crazy.
Crazy.
What was it like just being on team? Because, unfortunately, even though we went to the NFC Championship game in 2004, 2005, and 6,
we went like 8-8 both years.
Yeah.
It was just disappointing because we were so much better than our record. You know what I'm saying? Because we got out the great starts. We was like 6-2 to start the season. And then on the back end, we started like faltering and losing games and stuff like that. And then, it was tough because Mike had got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He had got hurt one time, and then we had to go a couple games without him, and then Shabby came in, and played pretty well a couple games, and then Mike came back, and we just couldn't get back going the way we wanted to be. But, man, that was some of the best times of my life because he taught me so much of, like, growth and maturity at the wide receiver position. You know what I'm saying? Just understanding football and being like, hey, man, listen, don't be listening to everybody. Too many people, because I felt like I was getting so much direction from so many other people. He's like, don't listen to nobody. Just win. When you come in, just win. I'll get you the ball. Mm-hmm. And we just kind of had that same chemistry. It was like, I'm just doing what Mike tell me to do. I'm going to win on these routes. And he was throwing me the rock. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was making plays for him. And, and that trust came, with each other. And, of course, I went through some times where I wasn't playing well. And he just always believed in me. He was like, man, you going to be a star. Don't worry about that. Like, don't worry about it. And he was always like that with me and always, like, just care for me. You know what I'm saying? And through that time where I wasn't playing well and people was like, oh, man, get Roddy up out of here. He was like, man, don't worry about that. You're going to be straight. And that was his message to me all the time.
Let me ask you a question. I'm a big Michael Vick fan. It broke my heart when everything happened. But like, was Michael Vick a student of the game? Like, was he really?
It broke.
Like he was, because I feel like he was getting by on ability. I feel like if he would have, and I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I felt like, to be quite honest with you, that year that we had Petrino, we was finna kill it. Like, I felt like the energy of us going through everything that we went through that offseason, going through OTA, man, we was on fire. Like, Mike was in such a good headspace. He was throwing it was totally different. You know what I'm saying? Totally different offense. We was doing things a lot better that's equated for him to do and things like that.
You think y'all would have been like a prolific offense?
Oh, we was going to be off that year, off and running, yo. And that's why I was so disappointed because
you had a great year that year.
Exactly.
You had like 800 catches.
Yeah, and I had like 1,200. Right? Yeah, 1,200 yards. With who knows who's gonna be quarterback that week? You know, we was going week to week.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
one of his favorite quarterbacks, Joey Harrington. One of his all-time.
The best. I ain't gonna lie. The best ball thrower I ever been around though.
Joey Harrington.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I called him, man. So I'm like, I'm optimistic every year for the Falcons, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey Trey. Man, Joey Harrington was a Heisman Trophy winner, man. Like number 3 overall pick. Man, he could be a good good environment, man, to come in. First game, man, is the Trey threw that pick. Man, I was cussing all up and down.
He gave up on the man. He never went back to Joey Harrington after he gave up on the man. Put Byron in. That's what
you had Byron.
We got Byron later on in the season, though. We ain't even. Yeah.
And so. Who was getting? How you was eating up them balls, man? Who was throwing them to you?
You know, quite honestly, we started off with Joey, and at that time, I'm not gonna lie, Joey was like, he was so shell shocked from Detroit. It wasn't even his fault. You know what I'm saying? He had got hit so much that he was thinking he was about to get hit. Like one time we was playing St. Louis, and Joey got benched because he thought he was about to get hit. He was just falling, and Coach Terry was like, I can't do this no more. And he like benched Joey in the middle of the game. I'm like, what? I was like, who we gonna put in? And then Red came in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, now we gotta switch a whole game plan.
Yeah.
You know, you catering to the quarterback, you know what I'm saying? So if you start off with Joey, now you gotta switch to do stuff with Red.
His strengths.
And then when we got Byron, we had to switch the game plan to do what Byron do.
Different.
So it's like every week it could be different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I thought about Joey. I'm like, what happened? Like, I come to the sideline and I just seen, Bobby just yelling. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, he benched Joey. Now Joey yelling back at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, they going back and forth. And I was like, what happened? They was like, go look at the thing. So I'm looking at the iPad. I'm like, oh shit, ain't nobody touched him. He just fell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Wow.
he thought he was going to get hit. And then he was like, that's why he benched him. I was like, shit, I can't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, we put Red in. Then we got Byron like midway through the season. So we got Byron. He was going through the script and practicing, a couple weeks before we could actually put him in the game. And then he had one good game. And then the next week we played the Saints, and they hurt him.
Wow.
So it was like, we getting off, and then boom, I was like,
wow.
Oh my God. I said, man, this ain't my year. Yeah. I was just thinking like, this ain't my year. And if Mike would have been there, oh man, we would have went off that year. We would have went off.
I'm glad to hear this. I never.
Oh man.
So you say y'all was clicking and everything?
Oh, we was killing. We were killing. Like, you could just tell like the energy was different. The way we can call plays at the line, and Mike could check the certain things that he like or what he see. Like Bobby. Oh man. And that's the reason why Bobby left, to be quite honest with you. Because he was like, I came here for Mike Vick. I ain't come here for
all the circus that was
around it. Like, you promised me, like, even though Arthur was upset with him and pissed about the whole situation, like, he was promised something that he didn't get. So it was like, you told me I came here for Mike Vick. I don't want to do this with everybody else. So I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think if Mike Vick would have stayed, Bobby Petrino would have had
would have still been there. Yes.
Coaching.
Yes, absolutely.
Possibly going to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And they had a good staff. I brought that up with Abraham. Hugh Jackson.
Yep.
On the staff.
He was our OC.
Zimmer as the DC.
Mike Zimmer as the DC.
Wow.
We were, dude. I'm telling you, we were going. I'm telling you, we were going to be so good. It was me, Jank, Finn,
Horn.
Yep. We had Joe.
Who's running back?
Ward was still there. Ward was like on Norwood, right?
We had Norwood.
Ward.
We had oh man, we had a young dude. Oh man, but we just had speed.
Look at that.
Yeah, we just had speed to burn.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bro, it was like yes, it was crazy, yo. It was man. We was about to go crazy. We was about to go crazy.
Defense, what you had? Abraham, you had Brady.
Yeah, we still had Kearney.
Yeah,
we had Kearney.
Oh, he loved Kearney too.
Yeah.
We had D Hall, man. When D Hall was playing at Pro Bowl, it was gonna be nice, yo.
So who did you go against in practice that you used to like was tough on you?
No, D Hall. We went against D Hall every day in practice.
Y'all jawed each other.
Oh yeah.
Y'all ever got you had to put him in the wing?
Nah. We ain't never got into no fights. The person I got in a fight with was Jimmy Williams.
Oh yeah, I remember Jimmy Williams. Man,
He was a first round pick, wasn't he?
second round.
He was a waste.
Man, we thought he was gonna be really good. Coming out of Virginia Tech as
He
well.
should have played safety though.
Yeah, he was a big dude. We thought he was.
Yeah, he should have played safety.
Something you need to. Okay.
No, I'm just Devin.
Yeah, Jason Snelling was there. Wasn't
Yeah,
it
we had
wasn't
Snell.
it Warriors last year?
Yeah.
Corey McIntyre. He was fullback though.
Yeah. So we had Snell, we had Jarius, we had
Norwood was crazy.
Man, Norwood. Oh yeah, Ovid was the fullback.
yeah.
Yeah.
We was gonna get off. We was getting off, man.
Right?
Yeah. If we would have had Mike that year, we would have did something special.
So what were you doing the day you heard Michael Vick's indicted for dogfighting? Where were you?
I was at the crib, but I ain't think nothing of it. Cause I thought it was gonna be like one of them joints like that just blow over.
I did too.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't think like the magnitude of it. I was like, yo, that's gonna be, something quick, and we gonna be in and out, and we about to get back to business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, and then I had talked to Mike. I was like, Mike, everything good? He was like, nah, right, everything's straight. We gonna make sure everything. I'm gonna go meet with these people, blah blah blah, and we gonna keep it pushing. We gonna be ready to go. So that was my opinion of the whole situation. So I was like sitting back, like, oh shit, we straight. You know what I'm saying? We about to go out here and go crazy. And then all of a sudden it was like more petitions. People started showing up at the facility, and it just got crazy noise from outside. You know what I'm saying?
Did it.
So it's like it went from like every time we coming into the building, is people standing outside the gate protesting and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, they can't be serious. Like that's when I started thinking like, oh, this might not be good for us because they not stopping.
Yeah.
Like they there every day. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to get somebody to follow Mike and make sure they not following
make sure
him
ain't nobody
home.
hurting Mike.
You know what I'm
find out
saying? It got crazy, man. It got crazy. I ain't even know that type of passion was like out there like that for that. You know what I'm saying? And especially with us, from the black community.
Culture, like that's some people's culture in their community.
We ain't. Dogs ain't that special for us. In our community.
I'm gonna tell you right. I'm gonna tell you when I know it was serious. When I was watching a news clip of Vic trying to come in the courthouse, and there's all these people out there, and there was a dude in a full dog suit. I'm not lying. Like I promise. I promise. There was a dude in a full dog suit, and he was like animated, like all that. I was like.
Cut it out.
This shit is fucking crazy. I was like, man, this is wild. Like I ain't gonna lie. That's the moment that I was like, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I knew it could be serious just because whenever you bring in the commissioner, whenever you bring in the owner, I'm like, okay, they've gotten them involved, so this is something to worry about. But when I saw the dude in the dog suit, I was like. Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, this is pretty bad.
Yeah,
this is pretty bad, man. Speaking of Vic, unfortunately having to go sit down for those couple of seasons, we know Monday night game, Roddy out there in the end zone, or was it first down? You pull up the jersey, show the free Mike Vick. Did you? Well, I already know you got fined, but like, did you? Like, what were those conversations like, and why was it important? You already spoke about Vic, so people probably already know. But why was it important to show support to Vic in that particular moment?
I mean, because for me it was like, because I love him, and that's like my brother. And it's like, for me, it's like you only get one opportunity at this football thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, like he didn't get to fulfill everything that
Bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't get to fulfill because he made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? So it's like something was literally taken away from him for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't get to fulfill and give us everything that Mike Vick could have possibly gave to the game of football. You know what I'm saying? And from my perspective, I just felt like I had to show so much support for him because he was actually like behind bars, like in real prison. You know what I'm saying? Like that's different when, you know what I'm saying, you going to court, but you going home. You know what I'm saying? Or you get probation, and if you do something wrong, then you have to go. No, man, they put my dog in jail for real. You know what I'm saying? For 18 months. That was crazy to me,
long,
man.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was crazy to me that he had to go, you know, to prison for that long, and I was just real disappointed. And the only way I could show my support was every opportunity that I got the platform. You know, didn't matter what they were gonna find me.
Yeah.
I was gonna show my support to try to do something to get him out of there. I wanted him to come home like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: did he piss somebody off? Did he piss a senator off or something? Or like, why did they go so hard at him? Was he supposed to go meet with somebody for a bar mitzvah and didn't show up and didn't sign some autographs? Because they went super hard for him.
Yeah, they I think that was coming out of that, man. I really thought like, all right, this is gonna be some probation stuff, and we just gonna move on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the way how these people was attacking him is like he was the worst person in the world. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, it was just that environment was just crazy, man. I just didn't know like that many people could sit around and just navigate somebody into that space. But man, it was really disappointing for me. I mean, my feelings was hurt. Like I was hurt.
We was too.
You know, behind that, and it just did. It wasn't the same energy. I mean, we went 4-12, and which our talent went the 4-12 team. You know what I'm saying? But it just the energy was just zapped out of the building.
The air was
like like everything was done.
What you saying? How things were clicking. I look at Bobby Petrino different. We've been hard on him on this show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't like the way he left and, you know, waking up and he's, you know, hoo-wee, you know, all of that. So it's like the way you're saying and the way you're presenting it, it makes me look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah, from a fan perspective, you like, oh, he walked out of the building. Actually, I talked to Bobby, and then Paul was the wide receiver coach, his brother. And Paul called me. It's like, yo, Bobby leaving, but I don't want to leave. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, let's rock it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know, I'm going to have to call you back because they want to meet with me. They want me to leave. And I was like, man, like, you guilty by association.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it is, like, after that, like, their relationship went 2 different ways.
Yeah.
Like, Bobby and Paul went 2 different ways
Wow.
because of that incident. Is because
Did he end up staying? Was he able to stay, or they went ahead and got rid of Paul?
No, they got rid of Paul.
Wow.
So, like, he couldn't, like, that's why he separated himself from Bobby and then started doing his own coaching career and started doing his own thing because at that point he was like, I didn't want to leave you. I wanted to go through the rest of the season and be with y'all, but it was like, your brother leave, you got to leave too, which... I ain't got nothing to do with him. Paul was like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with his decision. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's his brother.
That's his brother.
Yeah.
They was like, y'all both got to go. So it was like, I felt bad for him, and I'm still in contact with Paul to this day. And like, they don't coach. They don't even coach or do nothing like that ever again. Like, they separated, and that was it.
I've heard you speak on him before. Was he an integral part of you having that breakout?
Yeah, he rejuvenated me. Like, he rejuvenated me. That's what I'm saying. Like, we were so hot during that summer. And like, even when they got there, you know, I sat down with Bobby and Paul, and Bobby and Paul was like, yo, we used to watch you and use at UAB because Louisville was in our conference. And he was like, bro, we know you could play. He was like, we know you going to be the one. He was like, you going to be the one. We getting you the ball. And I was like,
yeah.
Let's go.
Like, after the meeting, I was like,
let's go.
We calling plays for you to get you the ball. And I was like, oh, this gonna be good.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that. Not to say like Jim Moore, because Jim Moore loved me and believed with me, took walks with me. We would talk all the time. It was like, me and Coach Knapp didn't get along. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, what I seen in myself, he ain't seeing me, because it was like I was young, and it was a bunch of older guys in the room, except for Jank. You know, it was a bunch of older guys in the room, and they just conduct themselves a lot differently. They were all married. They all had families. They all had kids. You know what I'm saying? And I was just a young dude just hopping in. Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah.
But I'm in that thing full of energy, like, let's go, like let's get it, or whatever the case may be. And that was kind of like different. But when Paul and them got, it was like, hey, you gonna be the man, we gonna feed you the rock, and this game on. I was like, shit, it's on and popping now.
Yeah.
And it was like that through that whole off season. Mm-hmm. And that's why I thought we was gonna be so good. I was like, we gonna surprise a lot of people. We gonna get back to us winning 11, 12 games. And then when the Mike Vick situation happened, it just zapped us, man.
Yeah.
Just zapped us.
They kind of just took out.
It took everything out of it.
Situation, man.
So.
Well, let's fast forward it to Matt Ryan,
Go
right?
ahead. Go ahead.
All right,
Yeah.
so Matt Ryan comes in. What was that like? I heard a funny story. We went to the Matt Ryan thing at the Roxy.
Oh, okay.
Where Harry interviewed him.
Yeah.
I heard a funny story about one of the first time we went in the huddle. Everybody was joking, and he said like Michael Turner farted in the huddle, and everybody was laughing. And then this is the center McClure telling us a story.
Yeah.
It's like Matt Ryan said, "Shut the fuck up," and I just came. Was he like that? Was Matt like really like a vocal leader like that? Taking over the huddle like that, or was that just like made up?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he had to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when you come into a space, his rookie year was more of us just helping him along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then once he got acclimated and he understood everything that he needed to do, he had to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we was having a lot of fun, you know what I'm saying? And we got a bunch of pranks and jokesters on our team, you know. But when we doing football stuff, most of the time you gotta be serious and stuff. And Michael Turner is a funny dude like that, he do crazy stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So just attention to details, and Matt is attention to detail. I never see anybody work as hard as him.
Wow.
And I know quarterback is a hard position to play in the NFL, but man, that dude would be in there from sun up to sundown every day.
Well, it seemed like, from there, your career, like 100 catch season, 1,000-yard season, it's like it seemed like that marriage was good.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was. He put us in a situation that was clarity. It wasn't no like, well, who gonna be playing this week? Like who gonna be at quarterback this week?
Yeah.
So we knew who was gonna be on the center. You know what I'm saying? And we knew who we were gonna get with him. You know what I'm saying? So each and every week, he was going to be well prepared. He was going to know what to do. And our game plan was based off of that, what he loved to do best, each and every week. So we knew exactly what we was getting. And, it was just a lot of one-on-ones, and he would be, same thing with Mike, same thing with him. He'd be like, Rod, hey, just be ready. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot more of that. And then I started to move around and just not play in one spot. Like when I was with Mike, it was kind of like I was on one side of the field. Really, it was my fault because I didn't understand the offense fully to be moved around. But when they got there and Mike Mularkey actually got there, he was like, we're going to change your position from X to Z. He was like, we need to get you the movement. We need to be able to put you in the slot. We need to be able to move you around, get you the ball because once you start getting off, if you on one side, they could just double you and do certain things to take you out of the game. And we don't want them to be able to do that to you. So we want you to be able to move around and do different things. And then once we started doing that, that's how you catch 100 balls. Because if you line up on one side of the field, you ain't catch 100 balls. They can just take you out of the game. Yeah. So that was me just maturing in the offense and actually understanding what everybody do, not just what my position do. Because now I can move around, go to different spots, or with a ball I think the ball might go at, and then just run those routes to get the ball. So it was a whole different thing. I took my game to another level because I just started like being more understanding, being in more meetings, and just understand, because they be having them private meetings. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in the private meetings, you ain't getting the ball. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be in those meetings that where the guys just they talking and stuff like that. And then I would show up on days where we weren't supposed to be there. Yeah. I'm in the game plan room trying to figure out what the game plan is and stuff like that.
You have matured on them.
Yeah, I had already matured because success got addicted to me. Like once I started getting success and having fun, I made a Pro Bowl. I'm like,
oh yeah,
I like this. You know what I'm saying? You start getting this, and everybody know who you is and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I keep diving in, kept diving in, kept wanting more, and just became a better player.
Man, now that we in the era of your career and of the Falcons, what we talking about since Matt, that we may jump around a little bit through the years. I want to ask you, 2010, we run into a sledgehammer in the playoffs against Green Bay.
Yeah, they was hot.
Yeah, I was going to ask you from your perspective, what happened that particular game?
I thought we were going to win that game. I felt
earlier in the year, right?
Yeah, we had beat them earlier in the year, and they had just got hot. But you know what I got mad about, though? We weren't really supposed to play them because they weren't supposed to make the playoffs. But the Bears let them in the playoffs because they didn't try to win in the last game. Green Bay wasn't even supposed to make it in the playoffs. So basically, they had to win to get in scenario with Chicago. But Chicago had already won like 12 games that year, 13 games.
They said everything.
So they, at the end of the season, they was like, we already got the 1 seed wrapped up. We not going to play our starters. They should have played them and beat them, and then they wouldn't have ever been in the playoffs, which came back to bite them because they ended up losing to the Bears in the NFC Championship game.
Yes, they did.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, they did.
So what happened was we thought we were going to play Seattle. Cause we thought the Bears was gonna beat them. Yeah. So we we like preparing for Seattle because we the 2 seed. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta buy it too. We like, oh shit, we gonna be all right. We play Seattle, we gonna whoop them, and then whoever we have to deal with in the NFC Championship game, that's who we have to deal with, whatever the case may be. So what ended up happening is Green Bay ended up winning, getting in, and another team ended up winning, but Green Bay got in or whatever. So Green Bay won the next week. Now we got to play Green Bay because we the 2 seed and they like the 4th or 5th seed, something like that. And Arizona ended up winning. Yeah. Remember, Arizona ended up winning. They weren't supposed to win. They was like the 6th seed or something like that. They ended up beating Seattle. I remember that. So they ended up playing Chicago, and we ended up getting Green Bay. Chicago was supposed to get Green Bay. If Seattle would have beat Arizona, then we would have got Seattle. Wow. So that would have happened. So we would have went to the NFC Championship that year. But it fell the way it fell, and the lower seeds won the week before. Yeah. So we ended up getting Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers was on fire. I mean, and he came in there, and to start the game, we went down, they scored, we scored, they scored, and then we turned the ball over, and then they scored. And then they got the ball out of half and scored again. So it was like 28-14. And then we started to try to press to try to get back in the game. And we were just throwing the ball and just got out of the game plan.
I remember that turn. I think Matt Ryan fumbled the ball.
Yep.
I remember that.
The main one, which I think was, I mean, it's a lot of people blame Matt for it. Matt did throw the ball, but I think it was more just a Green Bay recognizing the play. It was that right before halftime.
Yep, that quick out.
Remember that out?
Yep, and he took it back to the crib.
House.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was a heartbreaker.
That's the one. That
gave them that 2 touchdown lead.
Yeah.
And just imagine now, because we were going in to score.
Yes.
So if we score right there,
get some momentum back.
It's a tie ball game. Mm-hmm. But that's the NFL. That's the NFL.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, out trade. I know you.
Go ahead, man. Right. Just bounce around.
I got a question. Your Mount Rushmore of cornerbacks or defensive backs that who you put on there that you had to go against?
Through my career?
Yes.
Ooh, boy. That's tough. Man.
And tell us why when you name them.
My Mount Rushmore. Darrell
Reeves. Why is that?
He does everything good. I don't know nothing he does bad. Like, from an off perspective, he could play. From being in your face, he could play. He just nice. I ain't gonna lie, he's just nice. He's just nice. He's strong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he got this weird thing. It's like when you running, he like always attached to you. And it's like not in bad position. You know what I'm saying? Like he can always feel you and just hold you right there and just you trying, but he's strong at the same time. So it was just always gonna be a tough matchup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then Champ, I played against Champ. Champ was nice. He was athletic as hell. Just smooth. Just can cover. Handsy.
Okay.
Great ball skills. Charles
Charles, which one?
Woodson.
These Charles you think of. Unless we talking NBA, we thinking Charles Barkley.
Hell no. Charles ain't covering nobody.
Charles, man, he lasted a long time, man.
Oh yeah, Charles was smooth, big, strong, athletic, can run.
Yeah.
I mean, all these dudes, and probably my fourth guy is probably Asante Samuel. That dude get the ball, man.
Did you get to play with him? Did he come to?
I played with him too.
2012.
No, yeah, that's one of the best teammates you can ever have on your team, bro. I'm telling you, that dude kept that. When I say it's a different energy and a different swag and persona he bring each and every day at practice, and just have us like lit every day, and then his preparation and how he prepared, man, is ridiculous, yo. He be yelling at practice at people, man. It's crazy, dog. He is a character, yo.
Okay.
I mean, he be like, I remember when I went, it might have been 2011 or 12. We was playing Peyton Manning and the Broncos Monday night.
Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah, and we was going through practice, and we was messing up at practice. Defense was messing up, and I hear him, man, F this. I don't give a damn. We playing Peyton Manning. Y'all out here bullshitting. This shit real. Y'all ain't been playing him. I play this man every year. He gonna cut our ass up if we don't get our shit right out here. And man, he was going off on everybody on the defense because it was that important to him. Like everything got to be right because he ain't gonna miss his opportunities. Peyton ain't gonna miss his opportunities. So it was kind of like that for him, and he made sure everything was right, man. I love that guy. That's a dude you always want on your team.
Wow.
Man, speaking of him, that 2012 year, we were supposed to have.
We was the best team in the NFL.
And a solidified defensive backfield. We had Asante.
Yep.
We had Dante Robinson, and we had one of my favorites, Brent Grimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like talk about that because I think
we had the best team in the NFL. We just didn't win the championship that year. We had the best team in the league, man. The most disappointing thing about that is we had Grimes, but he tore his Achilles that year early on in the season. And that really put us in a compromise. I wish he would have been there because we could have played Dante at the nickel and did what we wanted to do, what we had planned to do on defense, which is cover everybody.
Yeah.
Like at that point, we could match up with anybody from a wide receiver standpoint, throughout the league. And I just felt like we were so good that year, man. We were really good. Yeah. And I felt like we had the best team. We had played just about everybody that year. And we were spanking people.
I remember.
Like we were spanking people the whole year. And I just remember, like, after the NFC Championship game, we went back. And we sitting in the office with Terry, and we usually watch the film, whatever the case. He said, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. God just didn't want us to win that game. He was like, that's the only thing. He's like, watching this film, and we had 2 turnovers that time. We threw a pick, which was one of them was my fault because I fell on the route. Mm-hmm. And then the fumble we had.
Fumble snap
that we gave them. We gave them 2 opportunities, and we were plus 50 going in to score on their side of the field.
Wow.
So
go ahead.
I just think about that as like, if we don't just get them the ball and we just kick 2 field goals, we win the game. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I was like, and I went back, I watched that film for days and days and days, and I was like, we gave an opportunity away to win the Super Bowl because we had played Baltimore too. We had whooped them too. So we were, man, we was ready that year. We was ready. I felt like we had the best team in the NFL that year.
Do you feel like when Mike Smith decided to play the starters against Tampa Bay the last game of the year, do you think that hurt the team? Like when John Abraham went down and got hurt, or when he played the starters, like do you think that kind of affected anything?
Yeah, you always. I mean, John's special. You know that, man.
Yeah.
He is who he is. I mean, if we had him, I think the outcome would have been different too against San Francisco. But I mean, I don't think it as that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I know what he was doing because when we played Green Bay, we had the off week. We didn't play our starters the week before that same game, and we came out and we got buzzsaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So him and his mind,
I'm not gonna
knowing that was like, I'm not gonna put them in that situation again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want them to still go through the routine, get in half of the snaps for the first 2 quarters, so that they mind know we still in football mode.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's 2 weeks of not playing no football.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So he didn't want us to come out like we did against Green Bay and go through that. So that's what his intention was.
All right, I got 2 more questions, Trey. All right, walk us through the play in the NFC Championship when everybody in Atlanta felt like he was interfered.
Oh, yeah, we had like a little stick route. We were just trying to get the first down. It was like 3rd and 4th and like 5 or 6. So I just got to go up, turn in, or turn out. So I'm reading it. So I come off the ball, and I see the guy like coming from the outside trying to clamp it. So they play like a 3 buzz. I don't know if people even know what that is. That means like the safety is buzzing in where the linebacker should be, right? Okay. So he's buzzing in, and I see him. So I'm not going to go at him. I'm going to hook this way. So as soon as I hook this way, I look, and I see Matt ain't throw the ball, right? And then I see the defender coming, so I wrapped around him, and then Matt threw it. Boom, as soon as Matt threw it, as soon as I go to catch it, I kind of feel him like knocking me already, but I'm just trying to get the ball. Boom, and he hit me. And then people was like, oh, you got interfered with. And I was like, I'm not noticing it because it's the play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You just trying to get through the play. I'm just mad that I didn't catch the ball. Yeah. And then it was like, no, he interfered with you. And then we went back and watched the tape. And coach was like, it is pass interference, but it's so hard to make that call at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? It got to be so blatant.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get that.
If it would have been a Patriots or a Chiefs uniform, you'd have been.
They getting every call.
So,
the NFL got to almost stop. We at the point now, like, now y'all going too far.
And it's coming from somebody who really loves Goat Mahomes, but it is what it is.
Oh, man. Boy, they getting that nice slice of the pie right now.
They are, man. They got it the other night.
You know they're not gonna mess up that face now.
Nah,
They're not gonna mess it up.
That face, hey, Pat Mahomes, he button up, he nice. You know what I'm saying? Family man.
They got Taylor Swift at the game.
We can't mess up this money now.
Hey.
I ain't think about that.
You can't mess up this money now.
Right. So the next question I want to ask you, man, it's a game before. I don't know if it was before the championship game, whatever. You're going against Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
And he's talking cash shit out there, man. And you get a chance to burn him and catch the ball for a 50-yard bomb, I think, from Matt Ryan. How did that feel? What were you thinking, and how did you feel?
No, we knew we'll go get him. We should have got we should have got him early in the game. But he ended up knocking the ball down because Matt was late with the throw.
I remember that. You was on the sideline talking to Terry. He was trying to calm you down.
Yeah, he was trying to calm me down, but I was pissed. Me and Terry almost got in a fight that game, for real.
I remember that.
That was crazy, yeah. You said, because, man, intensity was high that game, yo, because it's like Seattle ain't ever beat us, right? So they was talking trash. We like, man, why y'all talking trash to us? Y'all can't beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had went down there and smacked them. You know what I'm saying? They came here, we smacked them. Now we in the playoffs. We gonna smack you again. We don't even look at y'all like y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really not. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
No, I'm dead serious. Like dead serious. Like, we, in our mind, we don't even view Seattle as like that. You know what I'm saying? We like,
take that.
Like, we like, all right, we gotta get ready to play San Fran next week. Yeah. Like that's what we thinking in our minds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he was just talking like we weren't like that. I was like, we just went down there and put 30 on y'all. Like, what you talking about? So it's like, we got into the game, you know what I'm saying? We got to a real good start. And a couple of incidents where we punted it, we shouldn't even punt it. And that's why I got mad at Terry, because we weren't getting the play call in, and everything was going crazy because we was scoring at such a rapid rate. You know what I'm saying? And I was yelling on the sideline because we had missed a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I was yelling. Terry was like, "Calm down, we gonna win the game." I was like, "Man, F that, yo." I said, "This is real. We in the playoffs. Y'all out here playing." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we going back and forth. We yelling. And he was like, I'm about to go talk to May. He was like, "Don't take your ass down there and say nothing to that goddamn quarterback." And I was like, I was like, "Man, F that. I'm going down there right now." So I take off. He grabbed me. I slap his head off. He was like, "Bring your ass back here right now." And then me, Who, and Harry, all of a sudden, they're like, "Rod, man, come here, man. Just sit down and talk to us, man." So I ain't even get to have that conversation with Matt. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just football, man. We intensified. But, after that play, like I said, I knew we were going to get him. And after we got him, I just went over there and was like, "Man, you need to stop talking all that." I was like, "Nigga, stop talking all that shit you over there talking."
What'd he say?
And he like, "Oh, congratulations. Y'all still ain't gonna win." I looked at him, I said, "You ain't never beat me, bro. You ain't never been on a team that ever won nothing against me, man. Don't be out here talking no crazy noise." So then, when they took the lead or whatever, right, everybody was like panicking. And it was like a minute left on the clock. I think we had no timeouts or whatever the case may be. And I looked at our sideline, and everybody was like nervous. And then I looked at Who, I was like, "Hey man, just make sure we win the game." You know what I'm saying? I said, "I can't listen to this nonsense after the game." I said, "So everybody just be on their stuff." So we called a play, right? And we called a play to throw Harry the ball. Because we know they not going to cover him, right? Or they're going to be covering him with somebody terrible. So me and Who got decoy routes down the field. Boom. We take off. Boom. Harry hit this guy. Boom. 30-yard gain, right? So after he catches the ball, I look back at Richard Sherman. I started laughing at him. He was like, "What you laughing at? Game ain't over." I said, "It's over."
So you already know.
I said, "It's
y'all
over,
got
bro."
that first positive
I said, "We at the 20, we at the 50 now." I said, "It's 47 seconds left." I said, "It's over, bro." Right? And then Tony caught a pass, and then I caught another pass, and then we was in field goal range. And after we caught the pass, I was like, "Hey, bye-bye." See, people don't see this during the play.
Yeah.
I'm over there like, "Bye-bye. Hey, y'all have a nice flight back to Seattle." Right?
This before the kick.
This before the kick. Oh, we already know, man. Matt gonna make the kick.
Oh, yeah. Matt Money Brown.
Matt was automatic. He ain't missed no kicks that whole year. I was like, Matt gonna make the kick. Everybody around there nervous. They don't want to watch the kick. They like, "Oh, he got to make it." I said, "Man, this man's not missing the kick." I said, the only way he misses, they got to block it.
Yeah.
Right? So as soon as he hit it, I had already had my hands up like.
Yeah.
And then after the game, they didn't want to talk to us, so they were mad.
Hey, man. Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it was all good, yo.
Man, you gotta love it, man.
I love it.
These inside stories, man.
I love it. I'm waiting to ask him that question, man.
Yeah, man. I always wondered what it was, you know what I'm saying, with Richard Sherman, like what it was between y'all. He seemed like he didn't like Roddy White, and I was like, "Hey man, I respect you, but Roddy my guy, man. Come on now."
Nah, it was like he was trying to downplay what I accomplished over my career. It's like that's one thing. Like I'm not gonna be like I never like hated on nobody in the game. Yeah. Like, "Oh, this guy ain't this guy ain't that." You know what I'm saying? Whatever your stats or whatever your numbers is, that's who you were as a player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, I would be like, "Oh, that guy ain't high on my list at the cornerback position," but a lot of people might think he nice. You know what I'm saying? I might not get that same experience, because when he played against me, I didn't feel that way. Yeah. It's like when Darrell Reeves was like saying like Moss and T.O. wouldn't, he was like, "They all right." Like they wasn't that nice. But I'm like, Darrell, man, like these two Hall of Fame players, you saying like ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But he was catching them on the end of their career, not, when they was like really them dudes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's different like when you running into people and stuff like that. I was going against Charles Woodson and Champ Bailey, like they so much better than him, than Richard Sherman. Like it's not even close. You know what I'm saying? Them boys is on a whole nother stratosphere for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the film like, "Oh man, this is gonna be a tough week." I'm not looking at Seattle like, "Oh, this is gonna be a tough week for us." You know what I'm saying? Like it just didn't. I just didn't view him as that in that manner.
Man, let me ask you this. You show up to a family cookout. You get out the car, and on the wrestling mat, waiting for you, everybody around, he done called you out, Kyle Shanahan. What happens if Roddy White sees Kyle Shanahan ready to wrestle him on the mat, ready to
he ain't
wrestle
gonna be out there
and
waiting for
challenge
me.
Roddy White one-on-one?
No. He gonna turn around. He ain't gonna be nowhere near no man. No, man.
What happened, man, that year? Like, that was the year's first year there. What, 2015?
Yeah.
And you got Julio, you got yourself. Who was the other third receiver? Was that Harry?
No, Harry was already gone. Harry's in Tennessee.
That was like
So we had Leonard Hankerson.
Okay.
And then we had Jacob Tammy at tight end.
Yeah, because I think Hankerson followed him from Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened, man? Because, you know, us viewing Kyle Shanahan now, you know, that he's gone. In 16, he had the offense clicking.
Yeah.
And you're Roddy White. You're in the Falcon, great wide receiver. You got Julio. And, you know, you should have came back and played 2016, in my opinion. Like, you should have been on that Super Bowl team. Just explain to us what happened.
So basically what happened was, like, that whole season, like, prior to us even kicking off that whole joint is like, Terry was like, hey, man, I need you to come in here and we got to have a conversation. So I'm sitting down with Terry. He's like, hey, man, this dude kind of different. He got some different stuff, you know, some good stuff. You going to have to sit down and talk to him, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool, no problem, whatever the case may be. So I was like, all right, let me go meet with him. So I meet with Kyle, and I'm like, yo, he was like, yeah, all right, we're going to be the Golden State Warriors, boom, 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 boom. He was like, y'all going to be Steph, Clay, boom, boom, boom. So he calling out me, who, you know, all our names. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I said, Julio Jones could be Steph Curry. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm going to be Klay Thompson. I mean, I don't care what the statistics say.
I don't care.
You know what I'm saying? He can beat Steph Curry. I don't mind.
So.
You know what I'm saying? This is time.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. He the guy, right? He the best receiver in the NFL at this point in his career. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm going to be right behind him. And then everybody else can fall in whatever particular order they want to fall in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for sure.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, that time, and I was like, all right, I thought we had this understood, right? So the messed up part about it is like, the first couple games, I get off to a good start. It's like they throwing me the ball, I'm making plays, boom, boom, boom. Who killing it like he usually do. I'm making my plays like I'm usually do. And then by game 3, I just see like me going down in progression from like not 2 to like 3 to like 4 to like out of the progression. Like I'm not even in the progression. And then we go into practice, and we'll practice one way. We'll get in the huddle. He'll call it out a whole different formation and put me not in the progression. So I'm like, but I'm still out there playing 50, 60 plays.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why am I playing all these plays to not get the ball in these pressure situations where we throwing it to, like, our younger receivers, you know what I'm saying, or things like that. And I understand, like, it's a growth thing because I went through that stage too. And who went through that stage too of, like, getting to the point where, like, when the game on the line or certain situations, we know who getting the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you've been in that situation, you made them plays before, you prove it, right? We not putting young dudes in that situation to try to figure out whether they could do it or not. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of the situation. So I went back and forth with him. And then, not that Leonard Hankerson is a bad player, he just ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if he came over here with you or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then, you know, I sat down with DQ and I was telling him, like, DQ, whatever we doing, he's doing it differently, boom, boom. And he, you know, they was butting heads and stuff like that. And then it was kind of like, I was like, man, I had enough. So I had another conversation with him. It wasn't good, you know what I'm saying? It was not good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling, and it's like, I could tell, like, because they know my reputation. Like, I'm going to go off on somebody, and if you want to go there, I'm going to go there with you every time. Yeah. So they know that, right? And he know my reputation. He like, he ain't trying to get no type of physical altercation or confrontation with me. You know what I'm saying? I could tell because he just looked terrified when I'm walking in the, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking in the door. And then it was like, you know what? I'm going to let you have it. Because at that time, we were like 5-6-0. We had got out to a great start. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep letting you do it the way you want to do it. Because they're going to catch up with you eventually, right? So then, you know, we started, like, losing games. Like, we started, like, losing games because we putting these dudes in situations they ain't used to being in, right? To win games, right? So now it's coming back down to life. Boom, we losing. And I ain't getting the ball, and the people ask the question, well, Rod, why you ain't throwing the ball to Roddy? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, well, you know, we going to throw the ball to who? I don't have a problem with that. And I was like, I ain't got a problem with who getting the ball. I got a problem with you throwing the ball to everybody else on this team besides me.
That's a real answer, man.
like,
Hey, bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem with ever you throwing the ball to who. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a great play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everybody other than that, I got a problem. Like, I you know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm capable of doing out there.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that was just the whole mix-up and stuff like that. And then I just felt bad for that Super Bowl year that they should have won.
Okay.
I just felt bad that they was in that situation.
Okay, question.
You know?
If you was, after who caught the ball in the touchdown,
We ain't doing all that extra.
and you ran out, and you was on the field, and the play was called, what would you have done?
Who?
You.
I would jumped outside. I'm not finna ruin this opportunity. The game is over. At this point, you run the ball 3 times and kick the field goal. Your kicker ain't missed no field goals on you.
You just spoke on the kicker and what your belief in him, and that was 4 years earlier. So you still
So what we talking about?
Yeah.
We just talking about the party on what we gonna do on Peachtree at this point.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's
Going
what we talking
crazy.
about. Because we ain't talking about nothing else. I sure ain't gonna give Tom Brady another chance. You gonna tell me you gonna give him another chance? Come on, man. You already know what's going. I'm jumping outside. Now you gotta run it. You gotta run it.
Man.
At 1st and 15, you gotta run it. Now you like, all right, we just gonna run it. Go ahead, just run it. And I'll go out there and block for the next 3 plays to the best of my ability. And hopefully we get the first down. But if we don't, guess what? It's a 42-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Man caught the ball on the 22-yard line. That's a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Why you didn't go play again? Like after that, you could have played.
Well, you know what? I thought about it, and I was gonna go because Terry went over there to Tennessee, and he wanted me to come to Tennessee, and he wanted me to help the young guys and play that type of role, and I was willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we was going through contracts and going through money, and then they ended up signing Andre Johnson. But I was gonna go do it, but then after that, I had a chance and opportunity to go to Minnesota, and they wanted me to just give me vet minimum just to come and help. That's when they had Diggs and Thielen, so they wanted me to come help mentor them, and I was like, I don't even really want to know if I want to do that. And then I got a couple calls from New England, and then Larry called me. He was like, that's my homie Larry Fitzgerald. He's like, hey man, Bill calling you. So I thought about doing that, and then my agent was like, listen, if you go up there, it's not fun. I'm gonna tell you, Darrelle Revis. I called Darrelle, and he was like, well, how was it? He was like, bro, you gonna work hard. You got to do everything right. Boom, 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 boom. But you have a chance to win. And that was
been crazy if you would have played for New England. You would have played in the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
God.
It would have been crazy.
That'd been crazy.
So I ended up not doing that, and then I had made a promise, to my son that I was gonna be more acclimated and
In Atlanta, did you have a possibility of coming back to Atlanta?
No, not at that point. Not at that point. Because, Kyle was still here.
It was already done.
Yeah, it was already a done deal.
And I really hate that you didn't have a chance to play on that Super Bowl, man. I really wish you had.
Yeah.
And if you would have, we probably would have won because you would have jumped offside.
I would have jumped outside, man. I would have made it easy for them to run the ball.
man, we didn't. We've. First off, thank you once again.
Thank you, man.
Oh, no problem.
We've sat with you for a good little bit. We're not gonna keep you much longer. There are a couple more things I do want to ask you.
Okay.
One is, for all the people out there who, because there's a group of people who view Matt in a negative way.
Why?
I want to ask you if you could, if it's something you could say to them or share to them, why they should view Matt in a more positive light, or why they should see what he did as something that was good for the Falcons, what would you say to anyone who doesn't see Matt for what same way?
I would say this about Matt Ryan. If you look over his tenure here, he won a lot. He always had you in the playoffs, right, or in playoff contention. He took you to a Super Bowl. He was the MVP of the league, right? And literally, Julio Jones is going to go to the Hall of Fame. And I was probably right next to a little bit underneath a Hall of Fame player. Like, these are the guys. He played with Tony Gonzalez and added another 7,000 yards to his portfolio. Like, that's who Matt Ryan is. He's like one of the hardest workers that I've ever seen, you know what I'm saying, in football. And you got to embrace that and just be grateful, because it could be a long time before you get that again, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully, you know, Mike Penix come in and give us a 10-year stretch of great football, you know what I'm saying? But that's what Matt Ryan did for you. He gave you stability at the position for 15 straight years, you know, whether you could say, well, I ain't like him because this, or I ain't like him because we couldn't win this game or that game. But at the end of the day, just about every year, you know you had a chance to make the playoffs and you had an opportunity to win.
Man,
So.
I love that.
Man,
I love that.
Hey, Roddy, this is one of the best interviews. I do want to hear this. Who is your Mount Rushmore of wide receivers?
My Mount Rushmore, oh, man. 4? I can only get 4?
Yeah.
Man, you put me in a bad position.
We know you're gonna say yourself, right? You better say yourself.
No, I ain't in there.
Oh wow.
Not in my Mount Rushmore.
Okay, but who you Mount Rushmore?
My Mount Rushmore. I mean, Jerry the GOAT.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah, Jerry the GOAT.
Okay. That's a
Then I probably put Larry in there 50.
Larry was a beast.
Yeah. I put who in there?
Okay, Julio, beast.
And
I'm curious. What you think, Trey?
T.O. or Randy, man.
You gotta pick
it's like a
T.O.
toss-up. I'll take T.O.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah, I'll take T.O.
Yeah, man. I think the common theme, like, got some fast guys, but everybody pretty strong. I mean, I don't know if people looked at Jerry Rice as being a strong player, but when you talk about you got Julio, you got Fitzgerald, and you got T.O., you got physical receivers. Those are 3 physical wide receivers.
I tell people all the time, I don't mean to interrupt, I tell people all the time, man, Jerry got 1,200 yards when he was 40 years old.
Man, I'm talking about, look, and the man hairline was on his neck.
Jerry got 1,240, man.
Crazy.
You
Man,
know,
hold on,
like 40. I couldn't even imagine playing football at 40. Like how my body feel, I could not imagine waking up and say I'm gonna go into a facility.
What was your last year?
What I was 34?
Oh,
30.
wow.
Yeah, I've been out the game. Yeah.
Man.
Listen, I'm telling you how hard football is. It's like my last couple of years, I'm like literally like taking Advil and pain pills just to get through practice.
Oh
Wow.
What was
You know what I'm saying? Like your joints, like you don't understand. It's like waking up running stop-start 3 miles a day at a fast pace. You know.
Yeah.
And you always constantly moving. So just imagine at 40.
Trying to do it.
And you out there still cooking.
Trying to do
Like,
it.
yo, ain't nobody ever gonna beat Jerry. Ain't nobody. It's just impossible. It's impossible.
Man, I want to ask you, all right, Roddy White is in his prime, and these 3 people are in their prime. 4th and 5, or we'll say 4th and goal from the 5-yard line, right? Mm-hmm. Your team got to have it. They going to you.
Okay.
Which cornerback would you rather face out of these 3? Aqib Talib, Josh Norman, Richard Sherman.
Oh man. To be quite honest, I mean I don't mind facing any of them.
That's what I love to hear.
Win the game.
Which one you taking for selfish?
I done had good matchups against all of them. I don't feel like none of them, like, in my prime, nah, they ain't messing with that. They not seeing me in my prime. That's different.
I love it.
I'm on a whole nother level right then.
I know you and the Key to lead. Y'all had
we had some, like,
y'all had some battles.
But I like, you know what, me and him hung out, he was like, man, I was talking to everybody. I was telling them, man, you a dog. I was like, yeah, you a dog too. You know, it's just like mutual respect for each other. You know, like, all right, this gonna be a game that you have to go at it. The thing I like about him is like he compete the whole game. Yeah. Like it is not like and he follow you, he'll travel with you. Yeah. Like that's why I tell Richard Sherman, I'm like, you're not a traveler. I can't talk to you. Like, you want to be known as one of the best. You got to go get the best. Yeah. Right? My boy, he always say that. That's so it's like, if you ain't traveling, I mean, you sitting on one side of the field and you get to play zone, you get to play, man, you don't get to lock on. Man, we ain't having no conversation. Like, I play in the era where when I come out the huddle, I know Champ, he going to follow me over there. You know what I'm saying? I know the real. If I come this way, if I line up in the backfield, he gonna be a linebacker waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter. Like where you go, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking to no dude that be sitting out there just chilling all day talking about You know what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't. Man,
as of today, Roddy White, you become my all-time Atlanta Falcon wide receiver, man.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Don't join the party now. we are on this side of the table. I already been saying.
I'm with you.
I already been saying. Look, last question. Can you just say to us what has football meant to you and in your life, and what you've been able to do for your family through football?
Man, I tell you one thing, man. Football gave me everything I want in life, from the ability to travel anywhere in the world. Man, I probably visited 30, 40 countries at this point in my life. My ability to take care of my family, and just the stability, and just the people that you get to meet, outside of the game, inside of the game, the legends of the game, to hear all the stories, of how this game was developed and get to where it is today. And I'm just so thankful that I got the opportunity to even play in the league, man, because it's so hard to actually do that. People always take it for granted. I used to be in the locker room, and the older guys would always tell me, like, man, this is going to go by so fast. And I ain't believe them. I'm like, man, I'm going to be around here. And I played 11 years, which seems like a whole long time. You play a decade, but it went by so fast. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the opportunity that football gave me, man, I got to take my great-grandma, my mom, my grandma, all to Hawaii, to visit the Pro Bowl and, go out there. And I got to take them all over the world, different places, man. It just things that football did for me, man, I can't even repay the debt. It was a lot of hard work that got into it, to get me to that point and to keep me in there, because, hell, I was working my butt off. But at the same time, man, I'm so grateful and thankful for this game, man, that I love, man. I tell people I never worked a day in my life. Like, I never worked.
I feel you on that.
I just went out there and just had fun and just tried to dominate and laugh and hurt people while I tell people all the time, man, if you come on the football field, man, listen, I can hurt you and I ain't going to jail. I can physically hurt you and I ain't going to jail.
We had a dog.
Hey, man.
I want to see you do more with the Falcons, man. I want to see you get on there and I think this side of year, man, I think you.
Yeah, we're going to be good, man. I tell everybody, man, just be patient. Everybody, these last couple years, because, our quarterback position ain't been the best, But I tell them, just be patient, man. Just believe. Man, Atlanta is it's like a different culture. I tell people all the time, it's like, we got to understand, like, our culture is different from the New England Patriots or, the Green Bay Packers or even the Pittsburgh Steelers. How they franchises run, how ours is run. It's like we are like a a black-owned team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like our culture is different. The music is different that you had, the stadiums. You know, like everything is different. Our expectation of our players, you know what I'm saying, of how we view them. Shit, you play 2 good games in a row like Kirk did, you get a nickname. You know what I'm saying? Like now they gonna sell shirts with Kirk on it. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like our culture is different for our team, and like embrace the city, and the city of Atlanta loves when we win.
Oh yeah,
man, they love when we win, bro. And I tell them, I said, as long as you a winner, bro, you can go anywhere you want to go, and they don't even bother you. I said, you can go to the strip club, or you can go to a 5-star restaurant. Ain't nobody gonna bother you.
you gonna have your ball.
You gonna have your ball.
Man, Roddy, thank you, my brother. Thank you for coming to rock with us, man. We appreciate it. We holding you to that cookout invite now. Because you saying on camera we could come to a cookout.
Man, you can come to a cookout.
He gonna wrestle. I'm not.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, man. Probably about last summer, I went out there, and my nephew who wrestled, he done wrestling now, and he like 23. And this man grabbed me, and I had to wrestle this man for like 30 minutes. Bro, the amount of pain I was in for the next 5 man, I gave it to him. I said, you can have it.
Yeah. You got it. The torch has been passed.
And your son is currently playing at UAB.
Yeah, he over there, man.
What's his name and number?
He number 84. And he got the same name I got, so but I call him Lamar. Okay. My middle name is Lamar, so I call him Lamar. So
man,
we pulling for him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed this as much as we have. Man, we about to be up out of here. We had the great Roddy White. Everybody in the room, give it up for him one more time. Man, great show. So, like we always do, on behalf of myself, Trey, my partner, B. Rich, and Aaron, Pittman. Can't forget our boy Swats in the house today, man. The Waterboyz Show, we are out.
Kill the camera.